Let's begin. We're looking at Game Theory 5, the World Game, posted January 2026. The creator asks why states rise and fall, starting with China's warring states period. He rejects conventional metrics of power, population, resources, technology, pointing to the Qin dynasty which unified China from a marginal mountainous position. His universal rule. Throughout history, the poorest, most marginalized groups conquer wealthy empires. The framework has three ingredients: energy, openness, and cohesion. Drawn from Ibn Khaldun's Asabiya, wealthy empires get lazy and fractured, marginal groups forged by necessity cultivate all three virtues. He marches through examples: Macedonians over Greece and Persia, Romans from a backward tribe, Aztecs rising from a marsh, Spanish toppling the Aztecs, Akkadians unifying Sumer. It's compelling because it's simple and counterintuitive, wrapped in the language of game theory. He's skilled at narrative selection. Every example is cherry-picked to fit. Complicating factors for the Aztec collapse, like disease or indigenous alliances, get waved away because they spoil the metaphor. Then comes the mechanistic model. Civilizations evolve through phases, each with its own game. Phase 1, a cooperative startup driven by poets and priests. Phase 2, the elite become hereditary. Religion calcifies into bureaucracy, and elite overproduction, too many heirs, creates factions. Losers get exiled to form colonies, triggering a warring states period he identifies as a civilization's creative peak. Phase 3, intermarriage among elites across states creates equilibrium. War stops being about innovation and becomes population control. Court politics reign. Here's where it gets wild. He argues that to navigate this corrupt court, factions form secret societies, held together by hierarchy, shared transgression like ritual sacrifice, and unifying eschatology. The empire becomes a battleground between these societies, making the elite insular, corrupt, and divided. This is where analysis ends and fanfiction begins. The final act: warring factions hire mercenaries from the borderlands. These outsiders gain wealth, skills, and eventually infiltrate the secret societies, learn the game, and overthrow their patrons. This, he claims, is the real history of the Qin, the Macedonians, and everyone else your professors lied to you about. He wraps up with a classroom exercise called the World Game, where the team, starting with nothing, Pakistan, often finishes second behind the USA. From a one-day classroom game with trivial stakes, he extrapolates to geopolitics. North Korea has a better future than China. Let's evaluate. The synthesis is genuinely ambitious. Combining Ibn Khaldun's Asabiya with cyclical history and elite conflict theory shows intellectual range. His description of warring states periods as innovation catalysts is well established in historical sociology. When he's descriptive, tracing how factionalism weakens a state, he's often insightful. The weaknesses are profound. 1. Overfitting history. The Qin succeeded through ruthless legalist reforms, centralized bureaucracy, and superior military organization, not just tribal cohesion. Macedonia's conquest owed more to Philip II's military genius and Greek exhaustion after the Peloponnesian War than to Macedonian Asabiya. Every example is shaved to fit the mold. 2. The conspiratorial turn. Secret societies as the primary engine of imperial politics. This reduces administrative decay, economic strain, and external pressure to a shadowy game of factions. It feels like uncovering hidden truth. It's asserted, not demonstrated. 3. The North Korea prediction. This is the real showstopper. North Korea may be cohesive through terror, but it's the antithesis of open. Its energy is sapped by a crippled economy and malnutrition. By his own framework, it fails 2 out of 3 criteria. The prediction seems designed for shock value, not analysis. Near zero likelihood of coming true in any meaningful geopolitical sense. The video's emotional pitch is one of initiation. You, the viewer, now understand what the ignorant masses do not. It's a seductive feeling, but what he actually delivered was not a game-theoretic model. It was a grand historical narrative that simplified reality into a clean, recurring drama by ignoring most of the details. Okay, count 54. The standout moment. Okay, so, are we clear about the history here? All right. Delivered immediately after presenting a sweeping conspiratorial theory of all human governance, as if that settled things.